Since I showed this on the last dev stream, a few people have got in touch with me and mentioned the fact that the Cadis it doesn't exist in the world build, it exists from the Chinese build. It's still a new weapon to the world build though, which is what my main point was going to be. Apparently, it's completely rubbish, but there is ways of finding this out. Very, very easy ways. It needs neural sensors, polymer bundles, circuits, and the bow to build it. That would be 2 neural sensors, 3000 polymer bundles, 1600 circuits, and just 1 bow. But it's the total damage and everything else. People keep saying it's not that good because it has a mastery rank of 4. It's, where is it? Hardly got any crit chance. Not so much. Ooh. I completely disagree. Anything over 20% status chance, it can be a pretty decent status based weapon. Slide attack's pretty low, the slam radius is about average, the wind up is about average, the total damage of 130 isn't so bad. I don't care what anybody says. This thing, yes, it exists. It is from the Chinese version of Warframe. No, this is still technically a new weapon for the world build of Warframe. The Chinese one has had this for a long time, but you can see the size of it here in a forum post from July 15th, 2016. It's not a new weapon to the game. It is, however, a new weapon to the world build. Kind of like Umbra, and let's not talk about Carmine's Red Penta, which was also a Chinese exclusive that is now finally becoming available for the world build. So yes, it is coming. They are going to add it in kind of a weird place that is agreeable, but that's why it's going to be cheap. Because for 45 steel essence, it's not an amazing weapon. It has an attack speed of 1, a range of, according to this, 0. Yeah, if it had more crit, yeah, I would say that this would probably be much better, but with rivens and such, this can still be made to be a pretty decent melee weapon. It falls into the realm of staffs though, because it's basically an upgraded bow. So with 130 total damage, if we go and look at the bow, that has a total damage of 140. Total damage of 130. Even though it does say it has 60 electrical damage to this, by the way, if you look at the actual total damage, there is electrical on this. People also keep mentioning to me, there's another, based on the Machete. Now, the Machete Wraith is still probably the most damaging with 211, but the Prisma Machete is also still kind of an exclusive there, and it will eventually come to the world build of Warframe, and it does have more damage than the standard one. Again, the standard one I do believe was 120. This is 189.1. Just to make sure I'm right here, 120. So it's 120 total damage for the normal Machete, which is why the Machete Wraith is way better. It's near enough twice the damage, but in between the Machete Wraith and the Machete will fall the Machete, or the Prisma Machete. Now, because this is a Prisma-based weapon, we all know where this is going to eventually end up, and I do see people going to the comments section instantly and turning around and mentioning, well, if he sells the Prisma Wraith, why is he also selling the Prisma Machete? Why did I say Prisma Wraith? The Machete Wraith. If he sells that, why is he also going to sell the Prisma Machete? The Prisma Machete is kind of a halfway between the normal one and the fully upgraded one. So it's just going to literally fall in a realm of mastery fodder. The normal one is, well, let's be honest, when it came out, that's exactly what it was. The Wraith version was a event special, and yes, I agree, the old event weapons they should have added in one way or another, but this way, adding them to Barrow, yeah, there's other ways of getting them. The Dera, for example, and the Sheev are behind invasion missions, so you have to build those. They should have put all event-based weapons in exactly the same place. Put them behind the invasion missions, so you are still... For the Wraith, you have to side with the Grineer. For the Vandal, you have to side with the Corpus. Because the Vandals are Corpus-based, the Wraith are Grineer-based, the Prime are Orokin-based. Umbra, well... Let's not go down there, shall we? Because Umbra would be the first. Umbra Excalibur was the first frame, the prototype. Technically they can do other Umbra frames, but Primes are the original mass production frames. Yeah. But they could have put them in here. Not to mention ones, of course, that are hidden behind bigger events, like the Gorgon Wraith or the Ignis Wraith, that, well, you can get the blueprint from lots of different places now. Never ever, and I say this every time, buy that with platinum. And if you want to go to the comment section and start going on about the people who do sell it for platinum, well, if you bought it for platinum, you are a bit silly anyway. I've said this since the day it was added to the game, because most people just give it away. So the Ignis is probably the easiest Wraith weapon to get a hold of. There is others that for some reason I'm missing the blueprint for, but Gorgon Wraith hidden behind it. Barrow should never have brought Wraith or Vandal based weapons. They should have kept him with Prisma based weapons. I feel like I'm missing the Bratton Vandal parts here, but the same goes for the Imperator Vandal. It is hidden behind bigger events instead of behind where lots of the other stuff is, which makes it slightly harder to get a hold of, and also the one I have the most parts for. Yeah, I'd rather do that than the invasion stuff anyway, to be brutally honest. So leaving them there, so you had to build all the Vandals, or the weapon exclusive, the event exclusive weapons, made more sense to me anyway. So yes, the Cadus, or however you want to pronounce it, they have said this is coming, it is going to be there, it is a 5-year-old weapon at this point anyway. It's kind of a... I wouldn't say it's a nerf over the standard one. It depends how you build it, and it depends how it comes, because they may tweak it ever so slightly, because all the stats we have are... I'm not going to say old, because I don't know if anybody's actually updated it, but hey, they may buff this thing when it comes. Hopefully. All fingers crossed on that one. And there is also the Prisma Machete. This will be coming to Barrow probably eventually. Don't know when that is going to be, but just like the Cadis, the main reason this probably hasn't happened is it's not an amazing piece of kit. The Carmine Penta was the same kind of thing. It's not an amazing upgrade to the Penta, but the bigger magazine made it more useful. And just like everybody else, really hoping that the Cadis just ends up slightly buffed to... Even if it has the same damage as the bow does, it consumes a bow and has worse damage. Doesn't really make much sense, but again, it's not in the game going by the stats. Yes, it's going to have more status, it has more crit. More crit multiplier means more damage. In theory, we'll have to wait and find out when this thing is added, but I think we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.